Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. Children, we were learning about the emergence of new kingdoms and the republics in the ancient period. So, what are the republics, children? Republics mean an independent state is called as a republic. Independent, that which doesn't has any external interference is called as a republic. So, we have seen about the Janas, Janapadas, and Mahajanapadas, and how do the kings started collecting the taxes from them, and who are grihapatis, the landowners who used to collect on the behalf of the king and remit it to the king back. And we also have seen about the waging of war in order to expand their kingdom and in order to become more powerful. So one of the earliest kingdoms of India, that is one of the oldest kingdom of India, is the Magda kingdom. So about and it is also one of the powerful kingdom in the country. So we will begin about the history part with the Magda. So we have learnt about the agricultural cultivation, the knowledge of agricultural cultivation, from the food hunting to food gathering to food growing we have learned. And now we started leading a settled life under the Mahajanapadas, and kings started emerging here. And one of the first and basic thing is these kingdoms, the first earliest kingdoms in the country, we start from the Magda. So it is one of the powerful kingdom. Do you know anything about Magda, children? Do you have any idea about it? So you might have noted that it is spread on both sides of Ganga. So the rivers made the land very fertile, and the grihapatis could irrigate a large area, lands easily because of the water available, and the soil is also very fertile. It is a Ganga plain area. The rivers were also used to transport goods and armies from one part of the kingdom to the another part of the kingdom. And parts of Magda were also forested, and elephants were captured in this region, and in order to make them to fight in the wars. And wood from the forest was also collected for building forts and palaces, and even the many other chariots used by the kings. In the southern parts of Magda, there were iron ore deposits are also present, through which they used to make the weapons. Iron ore. Iron is also available, through which they can make the weapons like sword and other armaments. All these enabled Magda to emerge as a very powerful kingdom. And Bimbisara and his son, called as Ajatashatru. So these are the two people who are the early kings who built the Magda to be more powerful. And Mahapadmananda, he was another powerful ruler of Magda. All these kings used their armies to conquer the other kingdoms and make this Magda kingdom a very powerful and very large kingdom. It was during the time of Mahapadmananda, okay. During his time, the kingdom extended from the northwestern part of India to Odisha. And we should remember that all the Mahajanapadas, that is nothing but, were ruled by the kings as in Magada. In some areas, the kings were more like Gond headmen, and who relied upon the ordinary people and performed the rituals and festivals for the welfare of the entire kingdom. If you look at one of the Vajji Ghana, the Vajji Mahajanapada was located to the north of Magada Empire, and it had a Ghana form of government. What is it, this form of government, Ghana? Now we have learnt about Magada, okay, which is a powerful kingdom ruled by Bimbisara and his son Ajatashatru. And after this, okay, even Mahapadmananda, these are the people who ruled Magada Empire, and it is one of the powerful kingdoms. And now we are learning about a Mahajanapada called as Vajji, and it has a kind of government called as Ghana. This is a very special government. Generally, the kind of government so far we have seen is the kings ruling, and they depend, it's more or like the Gond Patla or Gond Panch. So this Ghana was ruled by a group of rulers instead of a single ruler. A group of rulers will be present, and sometimes even thousands of men ruled together. Thousands of men. You can imagine what form of government it is. So each of them was called as a Raja. Each of them is called. Even it's not one ruler, many rulers, and each of them is called as Raja. They performed rituals. They met and took decisions on the issues of common interest in assemblies through discussions and debate. However, women slaves and wage earners could not participate in these assemblies. Just like the Gond Panch will not allow the women to participate in decision making, these women slaves and children and even the wage earners are not allowed to participate in such kind of meetings and debates. Buddha and Mahavira belonged to the same kind of ganas, and they became famous teachers respected in all Mahajanapadas. Even though the kings tried to conquer the ganas, they remained active for more than 1500 years. So because it's a group of rulers and it was all powerful, and the nearby kings, even though they tried to attack and conquer them, these ganas could not be conquered and they were active for 1500 years. It is a group of rulers, and Vajji is one such a powerful gana, and even Mahavira and Buddha also belongs to the gana of this kind of government only. So this is the end of the lesson, children, called as the emergence of new kingdoms and the republics. Next we shall see about the first empire. So since then the history starts. Thank you, children.